The E92 life has already started hitting me. Driving stability, DBC, start off assistance. I'm gonna have to read that code. Alright, so based on these codes I'm seeing in BeamerLink, it's pretty straightforward that my front left wheel speed sensor looks to be going out. So on FCP Euro, that is a, let's see, front wheel speed sensor for E9X M3. That is a $75 part, so I guess not terrible. So I'm gonna order that and hopefully it fixes my problem.
All right, so good morning guys. The time has come to fix the M3 already. So I ordered the wheel speed sensor off of FCP, however, that was gonna kind of take a while with the holiday that was going on this Friday and the weekend. I wanted to do stuff with this car this weekend with all the things working. So what I did was I ordered this non-OEM wheel sensor off of Amazon, which I know, don't put cheap parts in the M3, but this is an Aisin wheel speed sensor, which is actually the OEM manufacturer for companies like Lexus and Toyota wheel speed sensors. So I imagine it's probably more reliable than a BMW one, I would hope. So I guess worst case scenario, it doesn't work, I return it, and then I install the new one when it shows up. And this one was cheaper. It was like 25 bucks delivered to me next day. So if this ends up working, awesome. I'll leave a link for it in the description. So for anyone wondering, this is what the wheel speed sensor looks like. So basically all you have to do is remove the wheel and it's pretty much just right there to unplug and then plug the new one in. So hopefully this should be a pretty simple 20-30 minute job tops, assuming I don't break anything. So let's get started. All right, time to get the wheel off. All right, so now that the wheel is off, you will see your wheel speed sensor right here. So there's two different cables. We slap a light there for a moment so you can see. This top one is not it. I believe that's your brake wear sensor. I could be wrong, but this bottom cable right here is your wheel speed sensor. So that one should be able to pop out of one little holder here on the bottom. It leads down there if you can see it. So this is gonna be a super weird angle for you, but it's the best I can do. So if you go in the back and follow that cable, that right there is the other end of the sensor. It's held on by that one or hex bolt, I believe, and then it should just pop right out. It leads back up around here and then into this little black box in the back of your wheel well. And in that little black box, you can just open it up, pull this out and unplug it, and then you should be able to just plug the new one in. So just for some ease of taking this cable out, I took this one out. It just slides in that little holder. So this one should be the same, but this one's a little more difficult for some reason. So I'll get back to you when that's done. Okay, so that's disconnected. Like I said, just kind of slides off that little holder there. So I've popped the sensor free of its little holder on the other side. So in theory, this cable here should be good to release. It's just a little tab here. Okay, easy enough. So now let's go down and get the other one. All right, breaking news. This is a T30. So let's see how easy that is to loosen. Oh, super easy. Can I get the rest of it by hand? Yeah, I can. Look at that. Wow, guys, this is crazy. How easy is this going to be to unplug is the question. So there is your T30. And then this should, oh, look at that, guys. That's like the two easiest BMW plugs I've ever unplugged in my whole life. So while I still have this elite angle going for you guys, I am just gonna see if I can plug this new sensor right back in. Can I do it? Oh, wow. That went in astonishingly easily. And then let's get this going in there. Wow, so it's gonna be like the easiest job ever to be done on a BMW. It might be. You're joking, right? Oh my God, I jinxed it. Oh no. My mini, my socket doesn't flip the other way. Is that a joke? Oh, for God's sake.
Really? Why did I say it? All right, so admittedly after too much struggle, because I broke the ratchet, I got that screwed back in, and that's tight. So now I'm gonna go up and reroute the other half of the sensor back up into its plug. Okay, so we have yet another sick joke. This tab on this OEM connector that is in the car and I can't do anything about. Yeah, that just straight up broke. So let's hope this holds, I guess. Okay, so I routed it back around here as I believe it came, and back up here onto its holder right there, then around here onto, let's get a light source for you, this little holder, right here, this white one, that was on its grommet, and it's now tucked away in the box, nice and neat as it should be. So hopefully, even though that connector broke, it shouldn't wiggle loose, but only time will tell, I suppose. All right, so right now it says all systems okay. Let's start the car up. So it's still there, but I might have to clear it and then drive a little bit, and then it'll hopefully not come back. All right, guys, so on my test drive, it all seems Gucci. So the problems all went away. I'm driving, and it's all good. Like I said, last time they came back pretty much immediately after resetting the codes. So I think we are safe to call it fixed with the cheap part. Now, if that sensor ever goes bad again, I will update this video. I'll leave a comment down below and pin it so you guys know to avoid it. But like I said, it was a OEM Toyota part, so it should be good. So anyways, guys, my next video is going to be a lot more exciting, more interesting, and hopefully in the meantime you enjoyed this. I certainly did not, but it was easy enough to do. So until the next one, I will see you later.